KlawVlogs entry number 2. Week 2 is come and gone, so it's time for another KlawVlogs from yours truly. Or as I've recently discovered that you can also call them, Clogs. So be sure every week to check for your clogs daily. If you're actually looking in the sink for a clog, I'm sorry for you. So everything down here is still going pretty well as usual. Just so you know, I have successfully completed my training down here for the Kilimanjaro Safari's past assessment, and I am ready to go.
Our universe is doomed! Doomed!
As you can see here, I got this nice little diploma, I guess you would call it, for completing my training. It says, "Congratulations, Keston Howard, for the successful completion of Kilimanjaro Safari training," signed by the guest services proprietor. It has nice pictures of all the famous animals in Animal Kingdom, from your Styracosaurus, from the Sasquatch from Expedition Everest, and to every other animals that are actually still alive. So for the first few days, I actually have been taking people on these safari rides, which I have to admit is going pretty well, but when I first started out, I thought it was going to be a nervous wreck, because there's just so many things that you have to do, and remember that it just really causes a person to stress out. How does anyone enjoy this kind of work? But the surprising thing is that I've noticed that after I started doing this, I was feeling more at ease actually taking a lot of people with me, because that way I can actually get to interact with these guests that are just having a good time, people who have never done the rides before, and not having some kind of trainer just breathing down your neck all the time, watching for every little mistake that you could possibly make. And for the ride itself, I have not made any big mistakes yet, so thankfully that's good. All the animals are still alive after I've driven through the tracks, don't worry. Just that one thing I've noticed is that after all this, there's one thing I have to comment on, and it's this. My neck is killing me. Laying on these stiff twin beds that they give you for the apartments is something I'm just not used to, because back home in Kentucky, I've got this big queen-size bed that has these memory foam things in it, and I was able to sleep so well in that, and now I've got this hard old twin-size bed that my ankles stick out from the end in. So I'm definitely having to try to get used to that. And one thing that I've learned while I'm down here in the state of sunny / windy / rainy / every other weather besides snow state of Florida is that you have to get used to how fast the weather changes. Could be sunny for the first couple hours, and the next minute it clouds up, overcast, and then a downpour hits. And when it rains here, it rains hard. And what makes it even better is that the hat that I use for the safari rides, it's not fully leather like this one is. The top of it is mesh, so it actually catches the rain instead of blocking it. Every time I get out of a rainstorm wearing that hat, all I have to do is just look down and an entire stream of water just comes right off. So yeah, just a little design flaw. But like I said, I'm really enjoying it down here. I'm trying to make the best of it I can, even though it is hard work. And not just from working in the safari ride. It's hard work trying to live on my own for the first time like this and trying to manage my money the best that I can. For those of you out there who are college students, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that you have to watch your money closely, otherwise it's going to run out quick. But thankfully I have been conscientious about it, and I've only had to use it to spend on important things. For example, the new Star Fox 64 3D. It was very important that I got this. I played Star Fox 64 ever since I was a kid, back 14 years ago when it was first released for the N64. And now that I finally got the 3D version of it, I am going to play this thing out. I also was able to go to a special event that Disney had recently called Night of Joy. This is a 2-day event on Friday and Saturday that had all kinds of Christian rock bands to come into the Magic Kingdom part of the Walt Disney World Resort, and just have several stages set up all around through the park to play their songs and have people come in. What they did was that they closed the parks around 7 o'clock, and at 7:30 they would let in all the people that had bought tickets for this event to come into the parks. And from what I saw there, it actually looked even busier than it did when the park was actually open. There were thousands of people there. And it was a great time. There were so many people there. Everyone was nice. The music was fantastic. The weather was nice. The only downside that I had to all of that was that I missed my favorite band playing, because I had to get up early the next morning and I couldn't stay there all night. My favorite band that was going to be there on Friday night was Skillet. and they didn't play till 5 minutes till midnight, and I knew I couldn't stay there that long because I had to get up really early the next morning, so I'm just like, gah. So I just had to settle for a Night of Joy t-shirt and Skillet's latest CD, which I highly recommend you go find if you haven't already. Shameless promotion. So yeah, everything is going really well down here. I'm still waiting to find if I can find anybody in these parks that have seen my vlogs or something like that. I did get word from one of my roommates, though, that apparently I do have a fan that is around here somewhere in these Patterson Court apartments that I'm in. From what I heard, they said they met some kind of girl here who said there was a big fan of me, and I haven't found them yet, so I'm not sure if this is entirely true or not, but I'm still keeping my eyes open, so if I'm able to find anybody like that, that's going to be pretty interesting. And but yeah, I'm still looking to see if any of y'all show up to the park so I can find you just yet. Haven't found anyone yet, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And speaking of fandom, there's something I was wanting to announce to y'all on these little vlogs here. I'm actually in the process of trying to find a t-shirt printer to, yes, and I'm serious when I say this, print Lucario's Claw t-shirts. I've been making up a good design for it. I think I've got a nice design to work out. I'm just looking for a good vendor to actually help and to print out one for me just to see how it looks on cloth, basically. And if I like that, I can eventually put the design up for you all up on YouTube or somewhere and let you all decide if you all would be interested in finding shirts like this. So keep posted on that, and I'll actually let you all know how that goes. And for all of you who are wondering about my fan dubs and songs, I am still trying to keep them regular, even if it is at a trickle. As you noticed the other day, I uploaded the I See the Light song from the Disney movie Tangled, which I sang with Ichigo X Cupcake, which if you haven't checked out her channel yet, I suggest you highly do so, because she is a very good singer and voice actor. And I'm still trying to keep everything working. I am in a Disney song contest right now, which is a little bit delayed at the moment, so you might be seeing a couple more Disney songs from me in the coming months or so keep watch on that as well. But yeah, so far down here, I'm keeping everything in control. My head's still on my shoulders, even though my neck feels like it's about to snap. But I'll let you all know how everything goes next week, because soon I actually have to start my class down here for the Disney College program, which is called Corporate Communications. And also in the weeks after that, I actually had to audition, or going to audition, for a special event that the Disney College program has called Night of Stars. It's a giant talent competition that they have for anyone who wants to try out. And the auditions are near the end of September, and the actual competition is going to be in early November. So I'll keep you all posted on that just to see how everything goes. So until next time, my loyal viewers, this is Lucario's Claw, signing out. Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to try and hit the stop button anymore because it doesn't even stop anything. It just has a random event happen every time. You know, I'm not even going to call it a stop button anymore. I'll just call it Lucario's Claw's random event button. So let's see what happens this time. Ouch. No wonder I'm not a coffee drinker.